Yes. So again, a very warm welcome to this EUSDR workshop on lighthouse initiatives in the Danube region in the field of green tech, bioeconomy, and circular economy. My name is Grit Ackermann. I come from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Slovenia, and I will guide you today through this session. We will start with some welcome words from the PA8, EUSDR PA8 coordinator. Then we will have an overview over the Lighthouse study. Then we will take a deep dive into 3 of our Lighthouse projects from Germany, from Ukraine, and from Moldova. And then we will have a panel discussion to learn more about the backgrounds and the insights from these 3 projects, where you will also have the possibility to ask some questions. And in the end, we will hand over the certificates to our Lighthouse initiatives. So for the start, pointing in the right direction here. No, sorry, are you in the right slide? Sorry. We should have panel discussion. It's just too late. Oh, that's very in the end here. I think we need like 50 slides. 50. I don't know, it was in the wrong. Sorry, but so I will invite on stage Carmen Hawkins from the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Tourism and Labor from Baden-Württemberg in Germany to say some welcome words. Carmen, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Grit. Dear Member of Parliament, Mr. Höh, dear ladies and gentlemen, hello to everyone. I would like to welcome you on behalf of Priority Area 8, Competitiveness of Enterprises of the EU Danube Region Strategy, which is coordinated by the Baden-Württemberg Ministry of Economic Affairs, Labour and Tourism and the Croatian Ministry of Economy. We have commissioned the study Identification of Lighthouse Projects in the Danube region and communication measures. Our aim is to highlight outstanding initiatives, best practices and projects in the Danube region in the field of green tech, circular economy and bioeconomy. PA8 addresses these topics because they are important for the competitiveness of enterprises. These 3 fields are vital in making enterprises more competitive by promoting innovation, efficiency and sustainability. At the same time, circular economy and bioeconomy are not covered by any other priority area of the EU Danube Region strategy. And I would like to thank the teams of Steinbeis Europa Zentrum, the Slovenian Chamber of Industry and Commerce and Pannon Business Network for carrying out the study and for organizing this workshop, which is in fact the 3rd workshop in our Lighthouse project now. Very importantly, I would like to thank Interreg Danube Region program for funding us. It is thanks to DRP that initiatives like the study in our workshop are possible. I'm very happy that initiatives such as Carbon Capture and Usage Bio Innovation Hub from Baden-Württemberg, the company NeoEco Ukraine, and the Moldavian Reconomy program Circular Business Models in the Textile Industry eCircular will be presented at this workshop today by Paulina Leimann, who is with us online, Mathieu Morival and Roman Banaru. Thank you. Congratulations to you and to all the representatives of the Lighthouse projects in the Danube region. I wish you an interesting workshop and exchange. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carmen, for setting the scene. Our next agenda point is the presentation of the Lighthouse study. We will learn what it actually means to be a Lighthouse study, how we approached it, and what are the learnings and recommendations from the study. I welcome Robin Cheng from the Steinbeis Europa Zentrum to present the study. Please.
Well, thank you so much, Grit and Carmen. I know that I might be boring some of you this morning with the presentation we had yesterday on the methodology of the study we conducted, but we have to go through it because we have some new faces here today as well. And I guess, as Grit, as you mentioned, it is important to understand what it means to be a lighthouse project, not only from the terminology, but also the methodology, how we approach this topic, and what the background and the main factors are that account for being a lighthouse project of PA8. This is not working right now, to be honest.
Can you put on the next?
Can you? All right, for the moment, I will just go ahead without the slides, but I can show it to you in just a moment. So what are the basics, the basic information on this study? We were working on this really for exactly a year now. So we started out in November 2024, designed our methodology, then of course did a lot of desktop research on potential projects, and then started to evaluate them. We have a total of 30 Lighthouse projects, initiatives, best practices all over the Danube region, and of course that means also representing every country of the Danube region, including the 2 different German member regions, so really every part of the Danube region. And we have 30 projects in total. These are made up by 3 different sectors. First of all, the one we are having the final workshop on today, green tech, circular economy, and bioeconomy. Then the one workshop we had at the Metaverse Congress in Stuttgart, maybe some of you attended in May already, on digitalization and AI. And yesterday, some of you also saw the workshop on supply chains and finance. And if I go ahead and already refer to the consortium that we did this with, we had 3 different partners. We at Steinbeis Europa Zentrum were leading this study, and we worked together with Pannon Business Network in Hungary, and of course the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Slovenia. And also we in that way distributed our workload by these 3 different categories, thematic categories that I've just been mentioning. I'm sorry? Okay, I will just go ahead. For the moment, we will have to live without the slides. Okay. Yeah, we can go 2 slides forward. Yeah, I can see it. So the main background, I mean, we already discussed yesterday that Lighthouse is a word that has been used in different EU contexts already. But here we really try to have a new approach, because you will find that this is really something where we were searching for projects and initiatives that were mostly created outside of direct EU funding bubbles. So most of these projects are really local initiatives, and so the visibility factor for them is a difficult issue. And the main aim of the study really is to showcase innovation in the Danube region, where maybe we as stakeholders here have not seen it so far, and to make initiatives, new projects visible that maybe so far haven't received that. That also is strictly close to the factor that we really use projects that are mostly still running, or really that were concluded only about a year ago. So there's no project that has been concluded more than a year ago, which also means it's very contemporary, what we have in terms of project selection. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah, in terms of impact, I have been mentioning already, but competitiveness is the main thing in the EU Brussels discussion right now. And this is also why, of course, PA8 topics are strictly in the focus. And we really try to focus our project search on projects that are maybe not only always directly related to working with SMEs, but that all projects have an approach that really in some way can create a benefit for SMEs in the Danube region in many different ways. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah, I've been mentioning our consortium. So next slide, please. This, as I said yesterday, is the most important slide. Some of you have heard about that. These are the 5 very simple main criteria that we've been focusing on. So there was an evaluation. I will be getting to that in just a moment. But on what basis? What were the things that we wanted to see in Lighthouse project that are the basis for these projects being here today, these projects being chosen for. They should have had in any way an innovative and differentiated approach. So there should be something new that maybe isn't too common so far. In some way, these projects, also of course considering the region they are from, should have in some way a new approach. Then of course, which is maybe even for the purpose of the study, the most important thing, they should be replicable and scalable in other regions and by other institutions and in other frameworks. Scalability also, of course, because many of these are smaller scale regional projects, can mean implementing these ideas on a bigger scale. And of course, being able to use these ideas in different scenarios. Then measurable impact. I told you all of these projects mostly were still running. So of course, this is a difficult category. But measurable impact was a big plus in the evaluation. Sustainability, here now we're talking about circular economy. So sustainability is an obvious category, of course, but it also meant long-term impact in any kind of project sense and topic. So also a supply chain project must be sustainable in the sense of it creating an impact that should last really after project termination. So sustainability here means two different things. Just to note that. And then, of course, the different strategic goals of Priority Area 8, which mainly is the competitiveness of enterprises, and a few more, of course, should be considered. That was also a plus in the evaluation. So next slide, please. I will be only commenting on this very quickly. We did a combination of self-evaluation and us as consortium evaluation. So we identified projects by desk research and of course by talking to all of our partners in the Danube region what ideas they would have for different lighthouse projects. And then we sent them these 5 categories that I've just been telling you about. And we wanted them to say, what do you say yourself? How strong are you in this category? There was a score based on that, on these 5 categories that was added up. And then we, cross-referenced this, added it to our score as evaluation of the consortium based on that first-hand information that the projects gave to us, which of course is very beneficial compared to only desktop research. And this combination of self and consortium evaluation gave the score, which the result of is the choice of projects that we have made. And of course, what I should mention is we strictly were focused on, and we also had to really make sure that all parts of the Danube region were represented. So of course, in some ways, there might have been projects that had a little higher score, but for the sake of geographical representation and really showcasing the whole Danube region, we made sure that all countries are represented. So next slide, please. The good thing is we are just right now finishing the study document, which you can access directly by scanning this QR code. If you cannot use that, you will also now find it on the PA8 website. Just go to Projects and Lighthouse. There you will find the whole study document, which contains, of course, descriptions of the different projects, but also contains more policy recommendations, future trends, and of course, a detailed description of the methodology we applied. So yeah, feel free to read. Can we go to the next slide? So we had, in terms of communication and making these projects visible, not only the study and the workshops, where one of them you are here today, a very important output of this study project is also that we created short PowerPoint presentations on every one of these 30 projects. So I know 120 pages is a long read, and that means that we have these short presentations where you will find the main activities of the projects, the main impact categories, and the main timeline that these projects were going for. And of course, that is a way for you to look at these presentations. And whenever you have more questions about the projects, we can then refer to the study document and you will find, I guess, all the details necessary in the study document. Next slide, please. So this is only to show you really that we have different kinds of projects also today. We have local initiatives and national. Really also there are some private company projects that we have included in the study, but the focus, the middle category you can see, the most projects are really national and regional initiatives. Next slide, please. Just one comment really on some main insights, but you can read, of course, in detail in the study. For the sector of circular economy, we really saw that there are really a lot of initiatives in the Danube region. Only a few now are showcased here. But also we got the feedback from many projects that the topic of return on investment and immediate profit really from investing, especially as a company, in circular economy structures is something that is getting more and more important, and the pressure really to push it in this way is increasing. Then digitalization and AI, we found really some very innovative new projects really that have approaches also that include metaverse, virtual reality, extended reality. But of course, that shouldn't stop us from realizing that digitalization in a broad space, reaching every SME, is something that has to be further pushed in the Danube region, not only because there are some really lighthouses. And then supply chains and finance, we talked about that yesterday. Also, it was really mentioned in a few other of the forums here at the Danube Forum. There are a number of global challenges that SMEs are facing, and there's clearly support needed for SMEs in reconfiguring their supply chains because it is costly. Most of the time, changing your suppliers will cost you. And this is something where public support is needed. So this is more or less the last slide. And really, I want to not go into detail because this is something that is in way more detail in the study. And I've touched upon some of these things, but really, we realized that funding instruments, and also that was one of the main feedbacks from the projects, should be really enabling innovation, should be designed in an open way, but also should include dimension, and this is one of the main factors of the study, that focus on future impact. So really that in a funding call, there's also some target really that shows you that you should design your project in a way that includes future impact after the running time of the project. Then, of course, regulatory sandboxes could be a good idea to really say enable innovation by looking at regulatory standards, by allowing companies to test things and seeing on that basis if regulation, also of course this is interesting in terms of EU accession, is designed in the proper way. Then tech, knowledge, skill transfer, circular economy, of course, also referring to individual employees is absolutely crucial. And of course, user-centric and feedback, including support mechanisms by not only national, but of course also regional administrations. And that goes hand in hand with the need for more cluster development, for more networking between companies and exchanging best practices. So we will not be needing the next slide, true, and that's it from me. And now you have some background on why these projects are here today. Thank you so much.
Maybe we have time for one or two
Yeah,
questions.
of course.
Are there any questions we have questions to Robin? Well, not for the moment. We will later have also the discussion with our project. Thank you very much, Robin. Actually, our next guest will be online. It's Paulina Leimann from Umwelttechnik Baden-Württemberg, presenting a project on CO2 recycling, on biotechnological CO2 recycling. So actually recycling CO2 through enzymes and microbes. It's a very, very innovative technology. And Baden-Württemberg, of course, is also one of the most innovative regions, not only in the Danube regions, but all over Europe. So I'm very glad Paulina is today with us. Due to some challenges, only online, but I hope that will work. And Paulina will share her presentation online. So, It was really like a last-minute setup that we have the hybrid format today, so please excuse maybe the technical challenges that we are right now solving. She's not here?
She must click on the tab.
Good morning.
Ah, okay.
Can you hear me?
Ah, there she is. Excellent.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Ah, we cannot hear her. Can
So,
we test, Paulina?
test. Maybe it lasts some second and then I should appear with a voice.
Excellent.
So, now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, amazing. Great. So, good morning, everyone.
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
So now I cannot hear you.
Maybe you can share already your presentation,
Yes,
Paulina.
sure. Let me figure it out. I cannot share it. You have to give me allowness because you are sharing right now your slides. The last one with a word thank you. As soon as you stop to share, I can share mine.
Paulina, you should have the right now to share your screen.
Unfortunately, I cannot because you are still sharing your slide.
Aha, because we are sharing this
Yes.
slide. Now we have more screens, so you can share. We see you already on the screen. We have you on the screen.
Yes, but when I'm clicking to share, it says that there's still somebody in the meeting who is sharing the slide and I still can see your colorful slide.
Just start sharing, Paulina. We can see you, and we will see your presentation.
Yeah, I'm clicking to share. It's not allowed me. The Zoom is not allowed in me.
Okay. Just start sharing, Paulina. We can see you. And
Maybe if it's not possible to fix, you just start to share and I can see more or less when the right slide will be there. I could start my presentation. I think it will be the fastest solution.
Paulina, the technician says that you need to share, you need to open your presentation and share it, and then we can see it. We already see you on screen.
I click into to share my screen and the Zoom message appears and say to me in German that I cannot share it because There is still somebody else in this meeting sharing the slide. And I can still see the slide from Robin.
USB stick. Kind of a little bit behind, but you can just continue this presentation and we will continue with Roman and then have Paulina in the end.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So, Roman, the floor is yours.
Okay. My name is Roman. I represent eCircular from Moldova. NGO, yesterday it was our birthday. We have 15 years. At the beginning, the name of eCircular it was Waste Management Association, but 3, 4, 5 years ago, we renamed the association because we are more focused on promotion and implementation of principle of circular economy. Yes. The name of our project is Circular Business Models and Resource Efficiency in the Textile and Apparel Industry. You can find more about our project in the report which was presented by Robin. Robin, I think your presentation is not boring. It is very important when we speak about some contests, about some competition, because all of participants must understand the methodology. And it is very important because yesterday, I'm sure not all participants was yesterday and also today. Okay, about eCircular. Please, next slide. Yes. Here you can see a little about eCircular. We are a team of 7, 8 persons. Half of us, I think, we have a PhD in legislation in environment, PhD in economics in environment, and we provide different research and analysis related to circularity in economy. We are the only training center which we have accredited courses. They are accredited in environment by Ministry of Education, and all of our participants, they receive a certificate not from our training center but from the ministry. We are working with business sector, with local public authority, and also we are working with different partners in Moldova, and I speak about JZ, BMZ, with Sweden, Netherlands, and different partners, because Moldova is a candidate to be member of EU, and last 10 years, different legislation our government tried to harmonize. And we are focused more on circularity, okay? Next slide. Okay, we have some focus. We provide trainings, we provide consultancy for the business and local public authority, and also we promote advocacy for circularity because it is very important for our country. And when we speak about circular economy, we promote more and more reuse and repair. Yes. In many discussions here, not only here at this event, but different event, and also at local and regional level. In many cases, when persons speak about circular economy, they speak about recycling. But we know circular economy, it is not only recycling. Recycling, it is a very expensive, in my opinion, principles. And I will show next slide, please. We promote repair, reuse when we speak about textile, not only textile. Our project began last year, and we have two components. First of them, it is we developed regulation for EPR for textile. And the second project, it is online course for textile. It is more focused on for the business. But any interested person from NGO or from ministry also could learn during e-learning our course. When we speak about extended producer responsibility, next slide, please. We begin with this sector because, as we know, after food waste, textile sector is is the third largest source of CO2 around the world. And in our country, not only in our country, next slide, please. We know official data say, next, please. Previous. Okay, only 9% of textile they are recycled, but I'm also analyst of data, and I'm very skeptical about this data, but it's okay to have this data when we use them. Okay, next slide. Here you can see the data, official data from Environment Agency from the Moldova, and we can see less than 1% of the textile are collected. Yes, in Moldova we have a very big problem with data, with waste indicators. We are trying to implement ESG. But in reality, we don't have so much data related to waste, and it is very difficult to implement ESG when we speak about 1,000 plus metrics. Yes. What happened with this collected waste, textile waste, is also not so clear. But we have this data. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, we are trying to change our legislation, and I think 1 month ago we introduced officially some changes in our waste law, and after 6 waste flow which are regulated already in Moldova, we will have the 7th will be in textile, and the Moldovan government think to implement EPR also in construction. In Moldova we have EPR for electronic, battery, and for tires, oil, and packages, yes, and we will have, I think, at the end of this year, EPR for regulation for textile. Next slide. Here you can see consultation about EPR regulation. Of course, business is not so happy to have this EPR because EPR in Moldova, and not only in Moldova, we know in many countries it was implemented not so good. business say, okay, we have this regulation in packaging, but nothing happened with our waste, and many discussion. What I want to say about e-circular, additionally, we organize next week the third conference is Circular Economy in Republic of Moldova. And last year, online, it was connected at our conference, the father of the EPR worldwide, a professor from Sweden, I don't remember his name, and she said EPR must be changed as a concept and to make many deep modification to help environment, not to burden only the business with EPR schemes, yes. And we know also at EU level also we see different changes. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, here you can see some pictures related to our course in textile. Here is an offline course. I think we tested our course with participants from textile sectors. It is on the north of the Moldova. Very interesting course. I think only to have e-learning course, it is not enough. You must to test it with the sector to receive feedback. Okay, next slide. Here is another slide about principle of circularity in textile sectors. And here you can see a print screen from Udemy. Our course, next slide, please. Our course is in a free language because it was financed by Bioeconomy project. And it is in English, Romanian, and Georgian. Our curricula of this course was approved by a professor from Amsterdam University. And after that, we developed the content for this course. On Udemy, you can find the course. Here on the left, you can see shortly the curricula of the course. We tried to add here all related to eco-design, legislation, prevention, and finally, you can see we also added the topic related to ESG because in Moldova, last 2 years was harmonized different legislation, and Moldovan government tried to implement ESG principles like in EU. I'm also trainer for the business. I think last 2 years we trained more than 200 business companies in ESG. More of them are in SME, and I see they aren't interested in ESG, like okay in European countries, because only big company they are interested in ESG. They see ESG more burden for them, and we also try to promote VSME, and we think to implement, as you know, last year was approved ISO 59000 standards, and we will try to implement with some companies these international circular economy standards. Okay, next slide. Here you can scan, if you are interested, link direct to the course on Udemy. in English. Maybe some of you are from Georgia or understand in Georgian. Georgian alphabet is very interesting, and I'm sure you'll not understand because I also don't understand Romanian. Okay, and next slide. Also, I think one of the my last slides, circular economy platform. We have also e-learning platform, and for our companies, they have access to our e-learning platform, not only for textile, but another courses. And when we provide offline courses, our participants can access this e-learning platform, and they have all documents in this e-learning platform. On this website, on our website, you also can find different, we have course on circular economy, on ESG, and also on our site you can find the different guides, researches which was developed by eCircular last years. Okay, next slide. Here you can see some pictures in our course space. Here you can see SDG 12. Because when we speak about circular economy, of course, we speak about SDG 12. Here you can see some offline activities with participants, and we speak about reuse or repair. In this picture, you can see our team member. She is with high, she has more about textile, okay, because I'm not textile specialist. And next slide. Here also some of results of repairing from jeans. The woman made this bag. These courses, okay. This activity we organize not only in Chisinau but also in different region of the Moldova. Next slide. Next slide. In this project, in Economy project, we also bought some machine, and they are electronic. And what I want to say, at our activity participated woman, I think 50 years old, and she said, wow, it is so interesting to repair, because I didn't know how to repair or to make a bag, yes, and it was interesting for us, this feedback. We have partnership with schools and with youth clusters. And also in Moldova we have a business cluster in textile, and we collaborate with them. Next slide, please. Here is my final slide. As you can see, we promote and organize activities for advocacy, EPR, and of course, if we speak about textile sector, we collaborate more with women and youth. But we are not focused only on textile. This is one of our projects. Thank you. Next slide. I don't know what. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roman. We will do a last try to put on Paulina. You have her presentation also on the USB. And in case you cannot share, then excellent, we have it. So
It
because that's
works.
really an interesting project. I mean, we hear now about the construction sector, about the textile sector, both sectors very complicated in the circular economy, but now we are going to hear about a forward-looking technology that maybe can help solving some of our problems that we have currently. So the floor is yours, Paulina.
Thank you so much, Grit. I'm happy that finally it works. Thank you also for Robin. And again, good morning, everyone. Yesterday I've been already on the way to Sarajevo, but the life is very interesting thing and reminds us from time to time that sometimes not everything is going as we planned. But I'm glad that Grit and Robin could manage definitely the last minute solution, and today I'm with you online. So thank you for the opportunity to present the Innovation Hub, CCU Bio BW. I'm project lead for bioeconomy at Umwelttechnik BW. It's actually the state agency for environmental technology and resource efficiency. I joined the project in 2023 when it was already running, and together with my colleague, we guided it successfully to completion. So before I will explain what we did and what we achieved, I would like to give you a short introduction to what is actually biotechnological CO2 recycling means and how it works in practice. So let's watch a short video. The audio is in German. I hope it's going to work, but English subtitles will help you follow along easily.
It's okay. We can read it.
So I'm gonna continue share it again. 1 second. So great. The project was founded by the Ministry of Environment, Climate and Energy sector of Baden-Württemberg and coordinated by us. And it started in 2021 with one clear mission: to make Baden-Württemberg a pioneer in biotechnological CO2 recycling. That means turning CO2 from industrial emissions into valuable materials instead of releasing it into the atmosphere, using microorganisms or enzymes that can transform CO2 into useful products like chemicals or proteins. And over 3 years of project running, we built an innovation ecosystem connecting research, industry, and policy, and supporting the transition to a circular carbon economy. Even though the project officially ended in 2024, the network continues to grow, and we remain the main contact point for this topic in Baden-Württemberg in the frame of the current project. Biotechnological CO2 recycling is a part of Baden-Württemberg's sustainable bioeconomy strategy. It was first adopted in 2019 and updated later in 2024. And the measure 27 actually focus on using carbon from secondary sources such as CO2 as an industrial feedstock. So through this, we help implement this measure. After defining the vision, we wanted to make it real. We wanted to give companies and policymakers something that they could actually use in practice. That's why we developed 3 concrete tools that make CO2 recycling easier to understand and to apply. The first one you can see here is the CO2 recycling tool BW. It's an online tool and helps companies quickly find out whether CO2 use could be relevant for them or not. It's simple and it gives a first idea of the technical and economical feasibility. And this way, even small and medium-sized enterprises can assess whether CO2 recycling fits their business model or not. The second one in the middle is a biological CO2 recycling guide. It presents real-world examples already turning CO2 into valuable products. And the guide explains the technologies in simple language and shows that biotechnological CO2 recycling isn't just a vision, it's already happening today. And the third one is our legal study. This was particularly important because many companies had actually one big question. Are we even allowed to do this? And the study explains the legal framework for CO2 use from emissions trading to permitting and certification, and offers practical recommendation for both industry and also policymakers. And together, these three tools have made the topic more accessible. They turn a complex idea into something that companies can actually work with. The project had very practical results. We helped initiate 2 new research projects at the University of Tübingen, also in Baden-Württemberg, to explore new CO2 conversion pathways. And throughout the project, networking and also knowledge exchange, we were at the heart of what we did. We organized many different events, workshops, webinars, and expert meetings, and all this was with one goal, just to clarify open questions and to learn from each other and to connect people who could move the topic forward together. And these gatherings gave companies, researchers, and policymakers a platform to discuss both technical and also legal challenges, and to explore how CO2 recycling could work in practice. One of the highlights was our study trip to the Stilanol plant in Belgium. It gave participants a direct look at a real CO2 fermentation plant, not just a theory. And one of the biggest lessons we learned during this time is that legal uncertainty remains a real barrier for companies. Many were interested in CO2 recycling, but they simply didn't know whether they were allowed to do it or how the rules for emissions trading and certification apply. So clear regulations are essential if we want more companies to invest in this field. We also saw that small and medium entrepreneurs need easy and practical entry points. They don't have enough time to read long studies or interpret complex science. They need clear guidance, examples, and simple tools to get started. Another very strong impression came from our study trip to the Stilanol that I was already mentioned. Seeing a real CO2 fermentation plant in operation changed people's minds far more than any report could. And finally, perhaps the most important point, successful CCU, so carbon capture and utilization projects, require broad and continuous network, not only scientists and engineers, but also policymakers, lawyers, and business developers. When we look beyond Baden-Württemberg, it's clear that the Danube region faces very similar challenges. Across all member states, industries are asking the same question: how can we defossilize industrial production while staying competitive and creating value? And this is exactly where biotechnological CCU or CO2 recycling can make a difference. It turns emissions into something valuable. And it does so in a way that supports both climate goals and economic growth. And within the project, we developed tools, methods, and also policy insights, we realize, that can easily be adapted in other regions of the Danube area. In this way, the initiative directly supports the goal of EUSDR Priority Area 8. And finally, projects like this one help build bridges across borders to accelerate the circular economy. So overall, Innovation Hub CCU Bio BW is about sharing what worked so that others can take these ideas, improve them, and push the circular carbon economy forward together. So thank you so much for your attention. I can say we are very honored that Innovation Hub CCU Bio BW is recognized within EUSDR Priority Area 8. And for us, this is more than a word, it's also a motivation to continue.
Thank you very much, Paulina. Unfortunately, we are at the end of our session. There won't be time. There won't be time for our panel discussion as we planned. Maybe we can take one or two very short questions, very short answers from the audience, if there is any. Yes, Clementine, please.
I have a question regarding NeoEco. Thanks a lot for the nice presentations overall. I can stand and speak loud. Yeah, I had one question. So, because you showed that you had like different phases when you're working, I was interested to know how long does, let's say, the feasibility phase last? And the second is because you said you are sampling and so on. So, but is the sediment staying the same? Because I mean, I could imagine that it changes. So how do you make sure that, okay, yeah, I'm not an engineer at all, so I was just interested to know how you make sure you can use the results.
So this relevant question about the planning, it's depend of course of the project, but for the feasibility step, it's 1 year, and then for the implementation, it could be up to 5 years, for example, especially in Ukraine, due to lack of funding and also the transfer of expertise. I will not give some details, but it's take more time than other projects. So yeah, the full duration of this kind of project could be 5 years, for example, to have a platform operation. And then, of course, we make some hypotheses. And generally, we take the most polluted sediments and the less the worst, in fact. We take the worst case and we replicate for one reservoir. We take 3 sampling plants, we make a medium, but we take the worst to do the recipient, because if it's work with the worst, it will work with all. That's globally the strategy to be adapted, of course.
Then thank you very much. Thank you very much to our speakers, to Roman, to Mathieu, and to Paulina for being with you to us. Thank you to Robin for presenting the study. Thank you for joining the session, and a very big thank you to the coordinators of the Priority Area 8 for actually financing and initiating this important study. So we come to our last point, which actually is the handing over of the certificates. And I ask Carmen back on stage to hand over the certificates to those other projects, because we have 10 projects in green economy, in green tech, in circular economy, bioeconomy, and I think some of them are here. So, Carmen.
CCIS Slovenia, if you come to the stage, and Citadel's partnership, I know that the partners here, Costas.
Maybe you can take here and take a picture.
Sure, perfect. And of course, Mathieu and Juan.